What's up, Jets fans? Welcome to the latest edition of Jets Latest, where you get the latest on the Jets, Jets. I'm your host, the Spittin' Statistician, and today we talk about big news for the green and white. You have probably already seen it, but we got one of the biggest jobs we needed to get done this offseason done. Garrett Wilson has signed his extension with the New York Jets. It is a 4-year, $130 million extension. He is going to be with the Jets now through the 2030 season. We have talked about this a lot. We all knew that it was on the precipice of happening, and it finally got done a couple of days ago. Now, listen, this actually marks the first time in NFL history that a receiver will be earning over $31 million a year after only playing 3 seasons in the NFL. Like I said, he's under contract. This is an extension. He's under contract for the next 6 years through 2030. Look at what Garrett Wilson had to say. You see the smile on his face, and heck, I'd be smiling too. He goes, "I'm excited as hell. This is just the beginning of something new. It gives me such a relief to be full go, clear-minded, and not have to worry about finances. You never have to want that weighing on your head. So I'm thankful and blessed to have the whole staff believe in me. So I just want to focus on my team, build chemistry, and play for something. You know that about me. Football is just a big part of me. There's so much work to do. Nothing has been accomplished yet. So I'm telling you, my whole mindset is on looking forward now, taking care of business and doing what I'm supposed to do with no distractions. That's all I want to do. That's what I'm on right now." And of course, I mean, you ain't got to worry about finances. You're going into training camp. I thought it was important that he showed up for OTAs, for minicamp. We all talked about how we needed to keep Garrett Wilson happy. Obviously, bringing in his college quarterback, Justin Fields, will absolutely do that as well. And I have been saying here on Jets Latest that Garrett Wilson deserves to be among the upper echelon of receivers. I also said they needed to get it done now because there were probably reasons that he could have even a better season this year without Devontae Adams on the roster, with Justin Fields as his quarterback, right? Like I always say, and Fat Joe says, yesterday's price is not today's price. But this new contract extension, Garrett Wilson in this contract extension averaging $32.5 million a year, puts him right among the highest paid wide receivers in the NFL. Okay, it is the 5th highest in terms of AAV, with his average annual value in terms of the wide receivers. And look at the company he has. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra, Tyreek Hill. These are the people who are known to be, the best wide receivers in the NFL. And I think Garrett Wilson rightfully puts his claim and puts himself in that area. $32.5 million. We've been talking about how the Jets do have some of that salary cap space and how they were probably going to spend it, some of it at least, on the extension for Garrett Wilson. I'm just overjoyed. And as Jets fans, you should be too. This is a guy who, ever since he came in, was the offensive rookie of the year he came in, has been doing this with a, revolving door of quarterbacks. When I talk about these other guys, right, like a Jamar Chase, heck, he's had Joe Burrow all the time with a CeeDee Lamb. Heck, he's had a, stable force like Dak Prescott for most of that career, right? When you talk about an Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's had a stable force like a Jared Goff for most of his career. You talk about an A.J. Brown. These are guys that have, Pro Bowl caliber quarterbacks, and Garrett Wilson has been doing it with revolving door, yet now he gets Justin Fields. They have chemistry. They have familiarity. Quite frankly, they like each other. So I am so happy for Garrett Wilson. He fits right where he should be in the market. And if you were wondering, there should be no doubt. Garrett Wilson has produced at an elite level the entire time he's been in the NFL. Last year, 101 catches were tied for 4th most among wide receivers. 1,104 yards, top 10 among wide receivers. The 153 targets he had, 4th among wideouts. And that was with Devontae Adams on the other side. Now, he's probably going to be even more heavily targeted as the true wide receiver 1 alpha for the green and white. Will he be covered? Yeah, but I don't think it matters. You've seen some of the great catches he has made. Look, only guys like Chase, Amon-Ra, Neighbors, Lamb, DJ Moore, Justin Jefferson have had that kind of production in terms of receptions and in terms of yards. Also, his catchable target rate of 72.5 was actually only sixth best in that top 10, okay? So out of all these guys that are the true alpha wide receivers, he's doing it with a lower catchable target rate. That speaks to maybe some of the quarterback play that he's had in his 3 years in the league, right? And let's talk about the consistency as well. One of only 7 wideouts to have at least 1,025 yards in each of the last 3 seasons. Amon-Ra, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown. These are the other wide receivers that are producing at the level of Garrett Wilson, and now Garrett Wilson is paid at that level, the way he should be. So this is a great day for the green and white, showing that the brain trust, right, Glenn and Muji, will in fact pay market value for our homegrown talent that deserves that. What does that mean for Sauce Gardner? We shall see. What does that mean for Elijah Vera Tucker, Jermaine Johnson, and others? But they continue to send the signal here that we are building something. You heard Garrett Wilson talk about it, his excitement to now just go ahead and ball out. He showed the Jets kind of trust by showing up, by performing, by participating, by saying all the right things, and now the Jets show him that by giving him the bag, over $30 million a year. That is our focus on Jets latest, and you guys are talking about it as well. Walter Bonzek in the comments from yesterday says, Garrett got paid today. Now they got to get Sauce's bag done. Old Dave 1000 says this roster is full of up-and-coming players as opposed to previous rosters polluted with oldie moldies on the wrong side of their talent curves. The Jets are building a real football operation, and this is what we've been saying here. Targeting young talent in free agency, wanting to lock up their own, whether it's Jamian Sherwood or now a guy like Garrett Wilson, right? I think Sauce is on the horizon as well. And Wealth Solutions LLC, I really appreciate what he says. And all of you guys, your comments have been really positive as we almost approach 2,000 subscribers. I appreciate everybody here on Jets Latest. He says, keep up the great work. I think you bring a very fresh perspective to the Jets. I am so sick of the cynical, know-it-all content creators. It's okay to be optimistic without wearing green color glasses. Tells me to keep it up, and I will keep it up here. I'm going to be here every day as we approach training camp and what should be a really fun 2025 season. I am optimistic. I do believe in what Glenn and Moji are bringing. I do believe that Justin Fields can have that kind of second act like we've seen from Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, and others. I do believe we have a lot of talent at most positions. A young, good offensive line. G5, one of the better wide receivers in the NFL on the outside. A strong multiple run game with our young backfield and Justin Fields. A defense with all pros like Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner. Middle linebackers like Williams and Sherwood who are young and good. And now an attitude, a coaching philosophy of teaching and development, an organization that seems to be moving in the right direction and running. Now, I will be clear. I don't think they're going to go 13-4 this year, okay? I think they're going to overperform that win total of 5.5, but I don't think all of a sudden they're going to be a worst to first kind of Super Bowl thing, all right? I do think, though, we are moving in the right direction. We have found our franchise quarterback, and we will turn this thing around. So let's be patient and let's be excited for the growth of these Jets. Thank you for the comments. You could always hit me up on social media at Spittin' Speeds. And remember, I'm also the host of the FTN Fantasy Show over on SiriusXM. You could always check me out over there, channel 87, the fantasy channel. FTN is a great website. Content, tools, projections, rankings as you get ready for fantasy football season. I am also the host of In-Game Live over on Sports Grid TV, where at night we go around all the action in the sports world trying to find live betting opportunities to get a little bit of cash. If you see something, say something. So to all the trolls out there that tell me to not quit my day job, well, guess what? Being on TV, being on the radio, talking about sports is my day job, all right? And I am so glad to the people who subscribe here, like these videos, tell a Jets fan friend to tell a Jets fan friend. We are building something here on Jets Latest, and I'm excited for Garrett Wilson. I'm excited for the 2025 green and white, and you should be too. I'll tell you what, though, I'll be back here tomorrow, training camp on the horizon, but for now, we out of here. Peace.